Here's another seemingly, I guess, depraved prescription to the Israelites that I see thrown in the faces of many Christians. And it comes in Psalm 137. And some of you may be aware of this, where it says in the last verse there, it says, "Happy shall they be who take your little ones and dash them against the rock." I can see how this scripture might offend some, but if we go to the historic perspective of such a scripture, and if we take it in context, we actually get an incredibly rich understanding of what this is about. Allow me to elaborate. We have to know a little bit about when this scripture was written. It was written probably around the Babylonian exile. You see, in 587 BCE, the Babylonians entered Jerusalem, they tore it down, they whitewashed the entire place, and then they sent the Israelites into exile. In fact, they held them captive for a while. With that in mind, let us read the entire psalm. "By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down and wept when we remembered Zion. Upon the willows in the midst of it we hung our harps. For there our captors demanded of us songs, and our tormentors mirth, saying, 'Sing us one of the songs of Zion.' How can we sing the Lord's song in a foreign land? If I forget you, O Jerusalem, may my right hand forget her skill. If my tongue cling to the roof of my mouth, if I do not remember you, if I do not exalt you, Jerusalem, above my chief joy, remember, O Lord, against the sons of Edom, the day of Jerusalem, who said, tear it down to its very foundations. O daughter of Babylon, you devastated one. How blessed will be the one who repays you with recompense, with which you have repaid us." And then in verse 9, "Happy shall they be who take your little ones and dash them against the rock." This is absolutely one of my favorite poems. I get shivers down my spine when I read this poem. It represents emotions of sadness, of a lament over a deep loss, over a deep, I guess, slight on this person. It's so incredibly personal. They had obviously a great love for Jerusalem, for the place that they lived and worshipped. At the end there, we get sentiments of revenge. We get sentiments of I guess, retribution. If your problem is with how barbaric this is, then I'm with you. I have that same problem, but what should we expect from a barbaric time, from a barbaric people who formed, all sorts of barbaric acts? If you want to use this to embarrass the Christian, then sure. But should we not really know what such a scripture is about? Then we can say, what makes you think that this is inspired? What makes you think that this is from the mouth of God? I don't see any evidence of that. I do see evidence of raw human emotion.